that knows that Jason.
Which one?
I remember him.
Jason Stephen
Oh, yeah, you sang around with
long
Potty.
hair and that.
Used to live down North End.
You should play some Buteo with Bullman and
Oh, Jason.
Yeah, that's him.
Why did you have to shag Boswell?
You did what?
Why did you have to shag Boswell?
Bastard.
Shag her up the ass.
Did the finger her and all?
Oh,
The
Jason.
fingered Boswell.
You should have never shagged Boswell.
I'm just trying to get to a sister, I bet.
You should have never shagged Boswell. Shagged her up the ass.
Let's sing this reggae song.
Yeah, let's do this.
So, Jason, don't you ever shag Boswell. Don't you ever shag Boswell. Shag her up the ass.
Come on, everybody join in.
Oh, Jason, why did you have to shag Boswell? Why did you have to shag Boswell? Shag her up the ass.
Come on, Mum, join in.
Oh, Jason,
Nice singing, Mum.
don't you ever shag Boswell. Don't you ever shag Boswell. Shag her up the ass.
Cats, come on. Let's hear you singing.
You should have never shagged Boswell. You should have never shagged Boswell. Shag her up the ass.
Come on, the Queen and Prince Charles.
Oh, Jason.
That should have never shagged Boswell.
That should never have done it, mate.
That should have never shagged Boswell.
Bad move.
Shagged her up the shit.
You fucking dirty bastard.
And there you go. Evening, welcome to Raconteurs News. Can you hear me, Jim?
Yeah, perfect, yeah.
Oh, I think we're in the wrong place. There you go. I need to be on that side. We're like hands and deck, I think. We have to
I'm
be
the
on-
fascist. Just remember, I'm the fascist.
Yes, you're on the far right. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. How you doing anyway, mate? How you doing? Go on, tell me.
Great week, man. Brilliant week. It's great, man. I'm really enjoying this global warming, man. It's like it's tropical here, man. You know, it's like fucking unreal. Totally tropical. The palm trees have started to grow already.
Is it a totally tropical taste? Like, have you got lilt everywhere? Everyone's got lilt, haven't they? They're drinking lilt, aren't they? It's
Lilt
totally-
everywhere, and they've got little fucking little men in shorts around the place playing those thingy bobbies that sound all tropical, man. Straws and brollies in the drinks, and and let's not forget about the snow boots. That's kind of like the elephant in the room, but we don't discuss that, you know. So
Snow boots or blocker boots? Blocker boots. Anybody remembers that? Was wagging school in the 80s, just like me, because I remember it. And it was a school program that were on TV, so schools were supposed to tune into it. And even though you were wagging school, you still tuned in to something that was supposed to be for schools and education. So yeah. Anyway, let's say hello to everyone in the chat room and everybody who's going to be listening a little bit later on when they listen afterwards, when they realise that this was on and they didn't know about it. And now they're going to realise that it were on and they're going to listen to it. So I'm going to say hello to you people. I'm saying hello to the people that are not in the chat, who are just sat back, laid back, listening, having a decent Wednesday evening, and then decided to listen to us just to depress themselves. And to everyone in the chat room, good evening to everyone. Paula, Kitty, Spanish Chicken, Jerry, son of Mick, Robert's in there as well. Spanish Chicken, Jerry, son of Mick, Steve Owen. I'm just going through these Raconteurs News. That's me. Yay, I'm here. Yes, who would have thunk it? Non-violent extremist, that's Tony. Hi, Jace, Jimmy, Jerry, 46, Robert. Hello, Sir, SP, and Kitty. There you go. He's got everything involved. He's like included everybody. Very inclusive, you know, our Tony. He's chief moderator. Well, behind me. And of course, 462904, which is probably a phone number. It says hello, boys, underneath. So it could be any kind of phone number. We'll probably never know. But good evening to everybody. And I hope you had a pleasant evening this evening. Just an apology, we didn't come on yesterday. I wanted to watch Argentina get through to final World Cup, and I did. So, we've got plenty of time to do this. We do this all the time. So we've got plenty of time to do this. And we will do many, 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 many more. And I'm looking to also, I've been in contact with the founder of Getter, would you believe? And we may be able to get on the live stream there. So fingers crossed. Let's just keep everything crossed. And then if we get a live stream on there, then we'll be able to do say whatever we want. So
on Getter.
Yeah, Getter, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I've been hearing good things about Getter. I do follow Gemma O'Doherty, and that's the only place where she can talk now as well too, apart from the recordings on BitChute. So yeah, I've been hearing good. That's a good idea, man. Brilliant.
Yeah, well, you see, Getter only has so many live streams on. There's certain things that are on at certain times, and people can watch them. I think InfoWars is on there, and I think it's Jason Miller's an ally of Trump. So that's what it's being based upon. But, if we can get on there and then we'll be able to talk about the stuff that we really want to talk about, because I've got so much stuff that I really want to talk about, stuff I've been tweeting, stuff I've been talking about on Getter. So hopefully, if we can get that, it'll be decent for us. It'll be another platform, and we'll be able to get rid of platforms that aren't quite what we're looking for in a platform.
That's brilliant news, Jay. I'm delighted about that, because, like, I tell you, I was watching Cookie and Pete the other night on Odyssey, and I was just so disappointed. Like, it was just such a terrible experience, man, because of the buffering that was going on. It was just like constant fucking buffering. It was just awful experience.
Sorry, I talked to me. What? She just shut me door. Is it open the door? Give me a kiss. No, she's not. No, she just. Oh, it's because she got to the toilet. She didn't want everyone hearing her peeing. You're not missing out. I can hear it. You're not missing out. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I've been in touch, and well, let's just see where we go from here. But I'm looking to get on Getter, and you see, then you're not a myriad of millions and millions of different streams that are going on. You're on Getter, and it's all the people that are not interested in really what we've got to say might come and have a listen. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Of course, the most pressing problem is like how we survive until we get on Getter without destroying this channel and all the back issues of stories and interviews that were done over all the years. If we say one little thing out of line, which is like, I'll tell you what, it's just like, it has me freaked out, man. I don't know what to fucking talk about anymore. And that's just where it is, man. It's like awful.
Yeah, well, let's talk about NHS and how it is. I just want to give you a little story. I meant to bring this up last week, actually, because it happened on Tuesday, but Robert was doing his show on Tuesday with Clive DeCarl. So I didn't get a chance to bring it up. And then on Friday, I just completely forgot about it. But I wanted to just give my experience of the difference between the NHS a few years ago and the NHS now and the way that it's going. Now, a few weeks ago, I did for the first time in God knows how long, but my pushchair, my wheelchair, it needed a service. It needed something doing to it. It was absolutely fucking knackered. The tracking was off. I'd bought some tools, and I were able to adjust certain things by myself, but it was just knackered, essentially. Now, I got in touch with them, Sheffield Wheelchair Services, and what they do is, let me just tell you that last time I did it, I phoned them up and I said, look, my wheelchair, I think it needs a little bit of it needs some, and that was not long after it must have been about a year after I'd had it. So I'd had it a year. So this one now that I've had. If I've had that one a year, if I had that one a year, I've had this one now for 3 years. So this was in a much worse state than that one was when the last time that I needed something doing to it. So anyway, the last time they came, a bloke came to the door, and I opened the door, and he took a look at my wheelchair, and he said to me, I'll just get you a new, it's knackered now, I'll get you a new one. I'll order you a new one, right? And then I said to him, because my seat the cushion on the seat were knackered. And I said, can you give me a seat, a cushion for seat? And he said, yes. So he went out to his van, he came back in, he opened the door, and he lobbed a seat in at me. And then shut the door and went, right? And then a couple of weeks later, I got a new wheelchair. So anyway, that's what happened last time. So bear in mind, I've had this one 3 years. It's had some right hammering. You know, I'm always running into, because my doors aren't widened and stuff like that. So I'm having to go through them. So sometimes I hit them, you know, especially when I'm stoned, I hit them when I'm going through. So tracking goes off and things like that. And I've got tools to be able to sort it out and do various things. But then it got to a point where I thought, well, this is knackered now. The runners, the handles that you use to move yourself, you know, that are on the wheels, the runners, they were sort of rattling and coming off, and some of the separators on the between the runner and the wheel itself had broken and gone and everything. So I'm thinking, right, I'm going to ring them up and I'm going to say, can you come and have a look at it? And so they came and had a look at it. And I'm thinking, right, well, last time, the last pushchair I had, it were nowhere near as bad as this one, and they just replaced it instantly. So let's see what they do now. So what they did is somebody came and took a look at the chair, and then 3 weeks later, somebody else came. In fact, it was last week, last Tuesday. They came. And somebody came, took the chair out to his van, got it in the back of the van, did loads of fiddling about with it, and then brought it back out, which I just thought was, you know, the chair's fine. It's fine. It's exactly what I want it to do. It's great. But the point being is that a couple of years ago, it were, oh, well, that's knackered, and we'll just give you a new one. And it was the one that they gave me a new one for was much in a much better condition than this one is, but yet they decided to repair this one this time. So like they're running down on everything. It's just you know, it's just that's just an experience, one experience, and as I'm experiencing things that I've already experienced, I'm seeing how differently they're done. And how much worse they're being done as well.
It could be a lot worse, though, Jay. You know, they could have just offered you euthanasia.
Yeah, but I'm not Canadian. I know. Oh, by the way, they have done that. You know, they have done that. Can I tell you? Quite a few years ago. A couple of years ago, it's on one of my shows. If you go back through my shows, you'll hear me talking about this because this happened to me. I went to the doctor. Was it a doctor's? I can't remember. I can't remember whether it were doctors or I was doing something on the phone with the doctor. No, it was. It was a face-to-face appointment with the doctor. And
I'm glad to hear it wasn't sexting anyway.
Sorry?
I'm glad to hear it wasn't sexting.
Oh no! It was.
I'm a cunt. I'm a cunt.
I know. Mate. But it was. I went to see a doctor. Now I've got antiphospholipid syndrome, which means my blood clots easily, which is why I've lost a leg and why I'm probably going to lose another one. I've got bad shit going on with my other leg now at the moment, which is why. We didn't do it yesterday, yeah. Look, I get blood clots and stuff now. What? No, I tell you what it were. I'll tell you what it were. It weren't that. It weren't doctor. It was fucking PIP. The PIP interview that I had, where they said to me, they asked me about my mental health. I said, "Oh, my mental health's fine." I said, "Of course, I have down days and I have down days, and I've lost a leg. Fucking hell, what do you expect? You know, that sort of thing." And they said to me, "Have you ever had suicidal thoughts?" And I said, "Yes, of course. Everybody has suicide at some point. A thought, a fleeting thought goes through somebody's mind that if I weren't here, things would be a lot different and it would be a lot better for anybody else. And it's nonsense." I said, "No." So it has a fleeting thought has gone through my mind, but no, I've never. I have thought about it, but I've never done anything about it. And she said, "Well, what was stopping you from doing it?" And I said, "Well, I mean, that should be obvious, really. I've talked about this. If you look through my JJ's watching all of my shows, keeps posting comments on shows from ages ago. So if you find that show, JJ, will you point it out to me? Will you bring it to me? Because this was, I'm pretty sure it was something like PIP or something like that. And they said to me, "Have you ever thought about killing yourself?" And I said, "No." And they asked me, "Why not?" That was the top and bottom of it. Why not? And, you know, I think I gave the answer something like, well, if I kill myself, it's not going to take the pain away. It's just going to take it, roll it up into a fucking hand grenade and throw it at everybody that I love. And you know, it's not going to take any grief or badness. It's not going to take any depression away. It's just going to make other people depressed. You're just spreading it. So that's how I think that's how I enunciated it. But yeah.
I probably would have said something like, "Oh, I might miss fucking Sheffield Wednesday's next game." It's like, I can't do that.
Yeah, well, I always miss them, mate. I always miss them. But that's what they've been doing in Canada, and I understand it because I have been asked that. You know, have I thought about it? And if not, why not? That's the sort of questioning that you get. I think they're trying to sort of put it all into a study so that they can say, well, there's a study that says that so many people said that, you know, they would end it. Now, if you'd have asked me the week before my leg came off, with the amount of pain that I was in with my leg, and I would have cut it off myself with a rusty saw, right? So if anybody says to me, you know, look, everything's relative. Everything's relative. You don't rush on anything. You always have a measured response to everything. And the measured response I had were, I knew that it needed to come off, but I needed a week in order to come to terms with it. So I got a week, and then I went back a week later, and then they took it off. So I had a week to come to terms with it, but don't make any rash decisions. Even right up until the end, I could have said, "No, I don't want it. I don't want to do this," and they would have stopped it. So don't make rash decisions.
I've been there before too, Jay. You know, and it was like a fleeting thought, like, you know, just once or twice, like, it's just, wouldn't it be just better to fucking end it all? And I was just thinking about all the fucking cool things I'd missed. So I said, nah, it's not for me, man. Fuck off.
Well, you see, that's the thing. It's a taboo subject, but people, if everybody were honest, they'd say, yeah, I have thought about it, but they don't want to say that because people don't want to appear weak or anything like that. But, you know, when you've been through things, and everybody goes through different things that are perceived differently to themselves than they are to the outside world. So to you, it's a huge, massive. I mean, to me, having my leg amputated was a huge, massive thing. But to the outside world, it was no, really. You know, to my friends and family, they were people. But to the outside world, it was nothing really. So what you have to do is you have to hold. Just remember, keep everything in your head. Don't expect things of others Just hold everything in your head and be right in your own head, that you know that you've done the right thing. I know it's upset people. It upsets people, and people get upset. I had fucking people, members of my family coming and sitting by me bedside crying, who I'd not seen in fucking yonkers, but I could understand where they were coming from, and I weren't like, oh, I'm fucking, because life gets in way, and people think that things are go too late and that it's too long since I saw that person. It's not. Go and say hello to them. Go and, they're probably thinking same thing about you. That it's been such a long time. Should I do some more? Fucking fuck that. Don't mess about. Don't mess about. It's ride your own fucking ride. You got to ride your own ride.
Yeah, I think what's going on in Canada is kind of like, it's not that it's scary, but it's just wrong, right?
It's fucking scary. You know why it's scary? Because there are people who are not like you and me, and you and I, and you and our listeners. In fact, let me be Richie Allen. People who are not like you and me, dear listener, they will not be able to talk, think for themselves. But they can't. They don't think for themselves. They've always had decisions made for them. They're going to be cold because the government says so. They're going to be warm because the government says so. They're going to be hungry because the government says so. So they've always been told. Always been told. So if they're told that it's better off for them to die, don't think that there won't be fucking hundreds and hundreds of fucking volunteers, because there will be. We know it's evil. We know what they're doing. But can you get that through to anybody? No, because then it's they've instantly popped a tinfoil hat on everybody that disagrees. And this tinfoil hat, although it should be a badge of honor, according to amongst the ones that just giggle for a living, because that's all they do. They giggle. Nobody knows what else. They just giggle at you. They don't give you any reason why you're wrong. They just giggle. They just
I usually
sneer.
get the sigh. I often get the sigh like that.
The sigh, the giggle, anything that means that they don't have to confront what you've said or confront what the point that you're making. They can just sigh about it. And look, I know that reaction because, right, we have after chats, and Uni comes in sometimes, and Uni will say something, and I'll sigh at it because not because I don't agree with it, or it's just that we're way past that, gone past that, and so I'll say it. But they're doing it; they're sighing at it out of ignorance, and I don't mean that they don't know. I mean that they're ignorant. They ignore it. They're ignorant. So they know it's there. They know it's happening, but they choose to ignore it because it's much easier for them to get through their day, go and have the fucking flat white at McDonald's with a McMuffin sandwich, sit fucking 3 hours in traffic, go into Leeds to a menial fucking job that you sit behind a desk, get paid barely fucking minimum wage, when it comes down to it, because you're salaried and you end up fucking working more and more than you have to, then sit 3 hours in a fucking way back, come into your house that you've gone to go and fucking pay for, that you've gone to do all that shit to pay for, and it's, you've got no fucking time for it. You can't enjoy the house because you're just tired. You're fucked. You want to just go to bed and get ready for tomorrow. We've got us into that. That's not living. That's not being alive. That's not being alive, is it? That's being dead. It's been a drone. It's been a robot. All these fucking robots that are supposed to come along and help us and everything. Oh yeah, they'll come along and they'll fucking help us and they'll do all this fucking shit. But you're taking all personality out of everything. You're making it into a sterile world. Look at internet. Look at how it used to be. And now look at it. It's sterile. You can't do anything. I used to be able to go on sites where I could watch people having their heads chopped off, right? You could. You can't do that now, not on the internet.
Well,
But
Telegram
you
is
could
still
then, and although that's not good, I'm not saying that's good, that's a
Mm.
good thing. But what I'm saying is it's been made so sterile that anything that is of any interest is gone. And it's all sterile. It's all these fucking influencers and
Telegram has kind of filled the gap a little bit, though, because I have to say, some of the stuff I've seen over the last year on Telegram since I joined it has been a reminder of what the internet used to be like, and it's not sanitized at all, and you really get it like graphically in your fucking face. So the reality of life is like thrown at you, like, and I found it hard at times this year watching fucking so many people getting fucking heads chopped, as you might say, as you said there yourself. Like, it's just the brutality of life in a sense, and it's uncensored on Telegram. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, but we will see. We'll see.
well, I mean, I don't go seeking it out, but I don't go
No, I
seeking it out,
can't
so I'm
either.
not seeing it. But I understand that it's probably there somewhere if you can find it. But I mean, it didn't take that much fucking finding before, did it? You know,
No, no.
I do fucking remember what the bloke's name? Ken Bigley. Remember him?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
That was about 2006. But were a bloke from Liverpool who were out there and apparently got his head chopped off. And I saw the video and it traumatized me immensely.
Bigly.
And I thought to myself afterwards, why do I want to watch that?
Yeah.
And while I don't want to watch it, it doesn't mean that it should be sanitized, that the internet should be sanitized. There should be a place where on the internet's become like polite society. What they've tried to do is, the people, the etiquette that the people on first class in Titanic, the etiquette that they had, that's the etiquette that they're trying to impose upon the internet. And yet we're still at the sort of third class down with drunk Irish who were going over there. You understand what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah,
and that's where they're trying to get us. And while they're up there doing all that, and it's not really being very productive, it's not very informative, it's not very educational, it's not really anything new. But while there's one of them, then one of the little Irish blokes on third class is getting chucked overboard until there's fewer and fewer and fewer at the very bottom of what you call third class, and the people that can't really do anything. And then there's the people on first class who can do what the fuck they want because they're staying within the rules, not because they've got any real privilege apart from they're saying the right things, they're doing the right things, they've got the opinions of the right things, they've got flags of the right things. They haven't got fucking Palestinian flags. Oh, they've got fucking, it's all the way that it's supposed to be in their view.
It's not working out very well for them though at the moment because it's all getting turned upside down, and I don't have much respect for Musk and all that, like, because I know he's a crook, I know he's ripped people off, I know he's a con man, and I know he should have been up for securities fraud. But whatever's going on in Twitter at the moment is like exposing a whole layer of like real serious wrongdoing going on by the ones who are allegedly policing the internet and keeping everybody safe.
But it's a part of the show, though, Jimmy. It's just a twist in the movie that's going on.
Well, I know that, like, but we're getting some serious data dumps now, and it's not safe even to talk about this guy's fucking name. But I will mention his surname because we have to be careful with this fucking cunt, right? Roth is his name, and this guy is promoting young people, minors, going out and having sex with adults and actually getting in contact through platforms like Grindr, and he's promoting this on Twitter without any fucking shame or fucking nothing, man. And one thing I will say about whatever we think of Musk and it's a game, this is coming out now at the moment. It's like it's like serious fucking stuff, man. This is what's going on behind the scenes on these social media fucking sites. On the one hand, you got these like organizations which are said to keep people fucking safe, man, but at the same time they're promoting child sex and it's like child sex with adults. Like, you know, this is no small thing that's coming out now at the moment. Whatever you think of Musk, I don't like him, and it is a game, but like what's coming out of what was going on behind the scenes is like just atrocious, man. Atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I don't know what's going on with. I don't know fucking script. I ain't written scripts, but I know that there's something going on, and I know Musk is a fucking actor like rest of them.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's an actor. I mean, for God's sake, he's.
He should be up on security.
Fucking spaceships and fucking all that shit, right? Which you know he done. All that spaceship bollocks. It's bollocks. It's utter bollocks. I've seen them going up and then coming back down. Going up, and then malfunctioning and fucking landing. Bollocks. That does not happen. It did not happen, and it does not happen, and it fucking will not happen. We won't be doing anything like that. If you were a real space program for real space, we wouldn't be able to do anything like that until we'd at least colonized Mars, right? We'd still be going in the... Why are you like employing new takeoff and landings maneuvers when you can't even get to the moon? Why aren't you just doing the old takeoff, going to fucking moon, going up there and going, right, and claiming that flat and all that shit? You're not, are you? All they're doing is it's just like fucking toys for people. Oh, look, it takes off and it fucking lands on its end. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Anybody who's ever fucking piloted a helicopter will tell you that is fucking impossible. With a rocket, it's fucking impossible. On this planet, it's fucking possible. On that sort of scale. No chance.
Well, I'm thinking they're deploying. They're at the moment, like they're going to. The way I'm thinking about it is they're deploying a military operation. This is not a Musk operation. This is he's just a fucking front guy for this. Like,
of course, it's not much operation. It's nobody's operation. There never has been an operation. It's just
I'm thinking it's a military operation, Jay, and I'm pretty sure of it. Like, you know, what's going up there is not fucking some fucking apparatus to bring internet to the poor countries of Africa. No, that's a military fucking operation. It's actually been used in Ukraine at the moment. Like, it's very, very sophisticated. I think there was a time I thought it might be a planetary defense system. I don't know what the fuck it is, like, but more likely it's just a military operation for operations on the fucking ground. But then again, you know, that's just my opinion. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I could be fucking totally fucking wrong, man. I could have just, I could be misreading.
If you think about it, right? I mean, the only thing interfering between regular radio waves and what have you to be able to communicate between 2 points is line of sight, right? So all you need is a conduit between that's somewhere above the highest point on Earth, which is Everest. You only need a conduit that is just above that height. Then you can, if you've got several of them, there can be drones. They don't have to be satellites. There could be drones flying around. Your drones can fly round and round, you know, perpetually. Be refueled, don't move. They can be fucking, what do they call it when it's solar powered. You know, these things, but all you need is just something to be able to, you know, it's line of sight. That's the only thing that's in your way. And so satellites, you say, oh, they're in space, and everyone goes, oh my God, space. Does that mean they've got one of them fish balls on their head? And, you know, they've got like a camera on the front and that, like a mirror So you can't see who it is, but you can see mirroring thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I,
Could be
I
anybody. That.
I have my ideas about. I don't personally. I don't think they can get people outside of the Van Allen belts. That's my personal belief. I don't think they can do it, and that's why there's a big push at the moment to figure out how to keep people safe when going through the Van Allen belts. Like this, there was a big NASA article about it there, a big scientific article about there.
All
Quite
right,
recently.
I tell you. Here's a better idea. Why? I tell you what. Just go to the moon. Don't fucking send anybody. You've got enough robotic equipment to go and fuck about on Mars. Go to the moon. Send that robotic equipment out and show us a fucking photograph of the where the Union flag is. Not the Union flag, the Stars and Stripes. Do that. But they don't do that, do they? It's always places we've never seen before. So you can have a look around them and you think, oh, well, that looks like fucking somewhere in Wales. And it's exactly the fucking same place. But you're believing it's Mars. But you see, why not moon? Why not the moon and go and show us all this thing? How much would that fucking interest would that show get for them to be? I mean, if they've got satellites around Earth and they can zoom in on anybody, which they can, you've seen Google Earth. Why can't they do it on Mars? On Moon. And
because they never sent anyone to the fucking moon because it can't be fucking done.
Because they can't do it.
No,
they can't get into space.
They can get outside the fucking. They can get through the Van Allen belt. I believe that. Like that, I can accept, but they can't get fucking people through.
Come
because
on, Jimmy, put your fucking thinking head on. Just
I know.
Put your thinking head on for a minute.
I'm thinking about the shielding.
Like somebody that's fucking into crypto. By the way, Sam Bankman-Fried. We'll talk about him in a minute. But yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can't fucking go without fucking talking about that cunt. But yeah, no, I'm firmly believe that we can get outside, right? We can get outside the Van Allen, but I don't believe we can get people through it, right? And that's my belief, unless of course they've got some secret ops that we're not fucking aware of, like. But I do think that they can get through the Van Allen belts, but not with people. That's my belief, and I don't think I'll change my mind on that. You know,
so the Van Allen belt is a belt of radiation, isn't it? That's exactly what it is. And in order to be able to get to the moon, you've got to be able to get through it. So the Van Allen belt must encircle the entire Earth. Then, so is that above the atmosphere? That's exo-atmosphere, isn't it? It's just if it's above the atmosphere, and that's pure radiation. And I know that there have been stories and anecdotal evidence of shuttle astronauts that have noted that when they close their eyes, they can see sparkles when they're quite high up and close to
that's right. Belt. That's right. Yeah. You've heard those stories too. Exactly. Yeah. High radiation particles. You know, and that's our protective shield. That's the thing that fucking protects us, like that shield.
So you think that the Van Allen belt is the thing that stops the air from escaping into space, because gases only stay inside a vacuum if they're in an enclosed container. So do you think the Van Allen belt's the enclosed container bit?
No, I don't think so. I think our planet works kind of similar to, say, like Jupiter, where you got a high pressure atmosphere, and the way that the atmosphere keeps it's like that's why the oceans stay in place. The oceans won't fucking fly off the fucking atmosphere, fly out of the atmosphere, because the weight of the pressure that's coming on the atmosphere holds everything in fucking place, you know. So it's like, no, the atmosphere can hold itself in place, like, you know. It's like
how
pressure,
how does
weight.
The atmosphere hold itself in place?
I have no idea how it does it.
Right.
All I know is,
I'll tell you what. Let me just pretend I'm you and think that I don't, you know, that I do believe all this bullshit. But as about this, just having a little think about this. If I were to think about it, if someone were to ask me how does, and to bear in mind, I don't know whether it's globe or it's flat. I don't know. I don't know anything. This is what I would say if I was making the argument. I'd say this, right? You get essentially the Earth is a balloon, and you know, like a balloon when it's static charged, when you rub it on your hair, when you've got hair, You rub it on your hair and it'll stick to something. And there's a static charge around it, all the way around that balloon, isn't there? When you rub there's a static charge, which is why it sticks to the ceiling. In any point, you get a balloon, rub it on your head, and it'll stick to the ceiling because there's a static charge around it. Now, I could buy, if someone gave me some sort of explanation as to how this worked, but I could buy that there was some sort of static charge around the Earth, in which then underneath that, in that static charge, that there is an environment and there's liquid which takes on the properties of the static charge and sticks to the surface of the balloon, the ball. I could buy that. If someone could explain that to me, I could buy that. That would be, if I was thinking, how can I think that Earth would could exist as a globe. That's how I would think of that. Like you think of a balloon, you put it on. It's once you've rubbed it and charged it up on your head, there's a static charge around it. That's pretty much what Earth is, and it holds everything down. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, look, there's so much we don't know. We can't fucking trust everything that we've been told. So that's just the way I'm describing it. It's just like my fucking interpretation of like the pressure of everything and fucking centrifugal force will probably hold it all together. But there's probably a fucking more logical explanation, right? Maybe like, because also like I know that space is not fucking empty. So what if the pressure of everything outside the fucking space is holding it fucking together as well? So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I wish I knew, and to be honest, it doesn't fucking matter either at the same time. The fact is, it's here. We exist, no matter what the fuck it is, whether it's flat, round, or a hologram. It doesn't matter a fuck. We're here anyway, and all we know is that they're all fucking bullshitting us about fucking everything. It doesn't matter what the fucking topic is, whether it's science or whether it's history. The whole fucking lot is bullshit. Like, and it'd be nice to get some like proper fucking closure on a lot of these topics, but we're not likely to get it in our lifetime. I don't think anyway, but we can imagine, and we can debate, but unfortunately like, a lot of debates end up like in fucking arguments and say no, my theory is fucking right. No, fuck off. No, I'm fucking what I'm telling you is fucking true. Bollocks.
Yeah, well, I ain't got, like I said, I ain't got a theory. I'm just like trying to, I'm just trying to sort of play devil's advocate with myself. Look, the only thing I know, right, is this. These are the only things that I absolutely know for sure, right? I'm going to die, and your gas is free.
Yeah, well, I wish I could be certain about the dying part,
Gas is free in a debt-based economy. Let's say hello to people in chat room. Let's see what's going on. Paula says, we are free in our minds. We are in control. You are absolutely right. Nobody can get into your mind, no matter what, and unless you let them in. And the only way to get in is by getting things out of you, which means that you've gone in and got it out for yourself anyway. So, yeah, keep your own mind. And she also says, my head is empty. It saves thunking. JJ says electrostatics. Yeah, Wigan Joker. Good evening, Jimmy. Jimmy O. He says, does the moon have a debt-based economy?
Jimmy O.
It probably does, actually. It probably does. I mean, most places do have a debt-based economy, don't they? But, yeah,
everywhere.
You can't pay your bills in a debt-based economy.
Except in Islamic countries, in places like Iran and places like that, it's not allowed. Usury.
Yeah, it's called usury, but they get round it. Don't worry about that.
Okay, right.
They get round it.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can get, look, my wife, before what she was doing now, she was a bank manager, and they used to give, Muslim, Islamic fucking bank accounts. She worked at Lloyd's, and she said that there's no debt, there's no there's no interest because it's usury and it's against a religion, but it's got round, if you understand what I mean. I don't know how, but it got round anyway. So.
Yeah. We don't charge interest, but if you don't fucking pay, we fuck you off the top of the nearest building.
Sent you an email, Jason. It must have gone to junk file. Oh, right, I'll find it. Sorry, where did you send it to, TC? Send it to Raconteurs News or me. Anyway, just let me know. Wicked Joke says, hello, Mr. Hagan.
I'm good, Jimmy. Good to see you, bro.
There we go. Hey, aren't we all friendly in here? We're all friendly in here, aren't we? And it's only Tuesday.
We have our moments. We have our moments. I tell you what, I do throw the odd whammy from time to time, Jay, and my life wouldn't be the same unless I threw the odd whammy from time to time, and I totally accept that fucking crazy side of myself. So it doesn't always work, as in it's not always peace and love with me, anyway, for sure.
Oh, yeah, let me show you something. Oh. What about my wife for Christmas? I know she didn't watch, so I wanted to show it you. Here it is. Oh, it's like my wife's birthday present unboxing.
Don't tell me you got her a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. See, oh, nice little. This is like an unboxing video, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, lovely. And it's
is that diamonds or
diamonds? Yeah, eternity.
Can't see the sparkle just that well, but it's cool.
Oh, it looks better in flesh, actually. It's really very nice. That's where I'm going for Christmas, so nobody fucking tell her. She won't watch this anyway.
Well, you can always ban her from the channel, you know.
I thought about that. Then I thought against it. So what where we're going? We meet you round the bend, Joker. There we go. Paula says that. Oof. Very nice, Jason. That will get you nucky on Xmas evening. Well, that's the idea. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
So we got Paula in there. I must say, Paula, I was looking at that particular place in the sky that you might have suggested, in around the Pleiades and Taurus. The only thing odd I seen was this unusual star-like formation, and I thought it was Jupiter turned orange, but it turned out to be Mars. So I was having a look at Pleiades there during the week, and I nearly forgot to do it. But that's Mars. I don't know if that's the object you're on about. But there you go. That's what I found.
There you go. Fantastic. You know what I were thinking about over day, and I thought, because we lost Ruth Maddock, didn't we? Off IDI. Nobody had her. I would have thought she would have been fucking nailed on. Ruth Maddock, but we've still not lost anybody in Death Sweep.
No, and there's been lots, and you know what? It was interesting because I was watching what's been going on in Qatar. Did you know 3 journalists have dropped dead out in Qatar?
Yeah, they were the US one, weren't they? What was his name?
It was the US one.
Yeah, he was covering the Argentina-Netherlands game, so he was dying as we were on Friday, because it must have been, it was just after, weren't it? So
yeah.
So that's when he died. Yeah, I remember that one. And there was also a steward that died at that match.
And there was also a director, Roger Pierce, ITV Sports technical director.
Right.
Did anybody get Roger Pierce?
No, I don't think anyone got Roger Pierce, but I think I should write that down. Roger as in Roger, and Pierce as in
Pierce, yeah, I think that's 65 though now. He was getting on a little bit, but and it was
65 is
interesting.
no age. Fuck me.
60,
I've been 65
yeah.
fucking 13 years. It's no age. No age at all.
No, but we did get a little bit of God. Where does it say what he died of? Something got to do with the heart anyway. Some sort of a cardio something or other. Here it is. Here, aortic aneurysm. It's in around aortic aneurysm that ruptured.
Yeah, aorta's your heart, isn't it? It's a valve into your heart.
Yeah, and that's what got him. That's what got that Roger Pierce. So, so
That's
I don't know how many. I don't know how many. I've seen 2 actually collapse live on stream. Like, you know, I try not to read too much into all these collapses because, like, it could be just the heat as well too. Because, like, you know, Qatar is out in the fucking middle of the bloody desert nearly, sure, and so. But then again, though, I was watching that Polish girl there today. She was down in Turkey, like, and it looked very, very cold in Turkey, I have to say today. Like, yeah, I would have thought like Turkey being really sort of like heading towards the equatorial regions, that like it would have been.
No, Turkey's fucking freezing, mate. I once went to fucking hell, where'd I go? I went to where Ephesus is. You know Ephesus, one of the 7 wonders of the world. I went there. We were close to there, and we went in October, and it was fucking freezing at night. It was nice in day, but at night time it was absolutely fucking taters. So, you know, it's not, and that we're in October, and if it's December, it's going to be fucking freezing, particularly at night. It might be all right in daytime. Here's a question. Here's your namesake, the Wigan Joker, because you're Wigan Hagen. What's your thought on climate lockdowns?
Do you know what? I don't even know if we're going to get as far as these climate lockdowns with the way things are falling apart at the minute, like with the Coof narrative. But I'd imagine they're going to try it. It's like, come on, like it's ridiculous. Like when you look at the plan that they have, like organized for Oxford, it's like everything is supposed to be sort of like local to you. You won't be able to everywhere. Everything is supposed to be within a 15-minute radius, and that you don't go outside your 15-minute radius or however many kilometers that might be. What if you have family further than that? Like, what do? You need a special permission to go visit your family outside your 15-minute walking radius. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who the fuck is going to buy into this shit, man?
People are going to buy into it at first, but then people are going to fall foul of it, and they're going to fucking start realizing that's what's going to happen.
I think
it's all been wrapped up in this green agenda, hasn't it? And climate lockdowns and congestion and all this sort of shit. That's what it's been wrapped up in. But once it happens and people find it, because didn't they do a similar thing in Paris? Whereas on, I think it was 1 week.
Oh yeah. You were talking about,
you had an even number on your number plate. It was you could go out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and if you had an odd number, it was Thursday, Saturday, and Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then it had changed the week after and what have you. So, I mean that looks like an idea. That is an idea. It looks like an idea, and you could also make it sound like an idea for congestion. That's what a congestion thing looks like. Right, it's not costing you any more money, unless of course you're going to be one of them people that buys 2 cars, one with an odd and one with an even number. But you know, if you've got a congestion problem, that's an easy way to solve it, isn't it? And it's not costing anybody anything apart from they might have to get public transport every now and again. And of course, there'd be fucking. People that were outside of that who could do what they fucking wanted anyway. So I mean that is more of a I don't know. I think that's more congestion. And whereas this is just nonsense. It's just lockdown.
But I was reading into it, Jay, that like they were going to turn it into like pods where everybody was going to be in their own pod, like where everything was going to be within a 15-minute walk of where you live, like, and you won't be going outside that pod area. Am I reading this wrong, or is it just got to do with traffic? Is that all that's going on here?
Well, that's what it's been wrapped up in. It's been wrapped up in that, in congestion. So you know that whenever they're going to do something, they're not going to say, right, we're going to put you in these zones so that we can, lock you down essentially and keep you where we know you are, essentially in your pen, in your cattle pen, which is what it'll be.
That would be the natural outcome of it. Yeah. That would be the natural outcome.
Pen. But what they're doing is they're wrapping it up and saying, right, this is so that congestion eases in Oxford I think it's Oxford, isn't it? Oxford City Centre. And so again, people have got to resist. And people have got to resist, but they've got to persist to resist, because that's what we've not been doing. We've been resisting for 5 minutes on one thing, and then we move on to the next thing. And that's what people have got to do, is they've got to persist to resist. So when something happens, just resist it. Resist it. There's no fucking way it'll stop me. I'll find some way. I'll go round fucking corners, even if I've got no legs. I don't give a fuck. They'll not stop me. Persist to resist. You see, the thing is, we resist a little bit, and then everyone gives up. I've done it. I brought my school out on strike when I was 14 years old. The whole lot of the pupils, the whole lot of them all came out on strike for one day. And by day 4, there were just hardcore furers left. You see, it's not just resisting, it's persisting to resist. I know that sounds like some stupid fucking wanker fucking logo shit, but that's really what you've got to do. You can't just resist, you've got to persist resisting.
That's it, man. Listen, Jay, I'm going to leave you just for a moment. I'll be back in just a second. Check my fire.
Okay, mate, I will talk to the people in the chat room and see what they've got to say, which is probably not much, but yeah, go on. Go and chuck your cat on fire. That's where he's going. He's going off to fuck his cat. It's fucking, I tell you what, he's had a raid boner rate since half an hour in. And cat's been like strutting behind him doing, like cats do when it looks like, you see him walking from behind, it looks like they've got suspenders on and that, stockings. That's what he's doing. He's fucking thought, fucking, I just can't resist it anymore. I've got to go and get that cat. Anyway, he's probably going to make toilet noises as well, try and cover himself, or whatever he said he would be doing. Anyway, Wigan Joker says eventually you won't be able to leave your country. Fucking hell. Prison Planet, yeah, exactly, a prison town. Evening to Annette Robot. You can't smoke anywhere but in your own home in Oxford. Annette, send me an email with your address. I've got last t-shirt and it's yours. Legs not right well, Jim, at the minute. I'm starting to panic a bit, but I'm trying to put things in place. So hopefully, if anyone's got any ideas how to increase circulation in my leg, then email me, raconteursnews@outlook.com. And any help would be it'd be welcome, because I've only got one left and it's not doing right well at the minute. Actually, it's fucking, as I've been sat here, it's not been bad. But anyway, I'll be right, Jim. It'll be right. So come on, baby, check my fire. Oh, he's going to check his fire. Jimmy's gone off for check his fire. He's fucking burnt school down, hasn't he? He's burning school down next door, because they've been fucking calling him names, shouting pedo through fucking fence at him, all kids. Hi, pedo! Pedo! Oi, here in you pedo motherfucker. Come over. Fuck off. I'm not a fucking pedo. You know a guy who swore snake venom for leg veins. Okay, that's interesting. Listen, I'll go for all. I'm gonna get some more shit. How you doing, Jim?
All good, man. All good. Still warm.
They're not fucking still shouting at you, are they? Them kids from that school.
What kids from what school?
Yeah, that's the best attitude to have, mate. All right.
What are the kids saying anyway?
Listen, while you were away, I was making some dog shit up. No, you'll have to listen back afterwards.
Cool.
Hear what I was saying, it'll make sense.
But
hopefully it'll be funny.
I was just thinking about that Oxford trial thing, you know, and that seems to be like an extension of the WEF project, right? And I don't think this WEF project is going very, very well for them at the moment. Like, especially with what's been coming out over the last couple of days. Like, Ron DeSantis over in Florida has now officially opened a grand jury into the Pfizer mRNA technology, and this is about to go ballistic now over in the States. Whatever the fuck's going on, this is about to go ballistic anyway. And you had your man, that politician in the House of Commons, and he done a half an hour speech on the harms that were being caused by this mRNA shit, man. Did you hear it the other day, man? It was put out on John Campbell's YouTube channel. That little baldy cunt.
Him. We get fucking banned when we mention him. I don't know why. His YouTube's fucking all right, but we get banned when we mention him.
Oh, well, no. It wasn't because of him. It was.
Oh, no, it was. That rock and leg, weren't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you. No, it was something I fucking said, man. And, I just have to sort of like forgive myself for being a fucking bollocks, you know, but thinking that I had had all the fucking answers, man. And no. You know, there's no way you're going to get around those bots too fucking handy. But the truth of the matter is, DeSantis has opened a grand jury trial into Pfizer and the mRNA. And I think this is going to be really big now. I think this is the start of the fucking, the cascade and the fall of the whole fucking lot, man.
Good.
It is. It's really good.
I hope it. Look, I hope it is. I've been hoping this for fucking years, but we've both seen it. We're both veterans of this, you know. I've seen this come in and go in every day a week, and all I know at this point is at every fucking point where I've thought that something might be, you know, occurring, it's always been a product of what they've wanted. You know, it's always been set up by them. So, you know, I keep a certain amount of cynicism just for that reason, for my own sanity. And I like to, you know, when I'm not talking to you on here, I do sometimes. I do look. In fact, let's talk about it, because I looked at a lot of with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and what they've been doing. And the more that I've been watching it, the more that I understand what a con and what a con crypto is in itself. And it's not that in itself it's a con. It's the people that can afford to have influence in it are there to make it a con and to con everybody else, which then makes it a con. So you know.
Yeah. So let's see if I'm reading you correctly here. What you're saying is, it's not the technology itself; it's the fucking bastards that are fucking manipulating it.
It's
the
people,
you're saying. Yeah.
You can control the technology. You can't control people.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear with what they were doing on Twitter, or what they've been doing on Facebook, and what they're doing on YouTube at the moment. Like with all the fucking censor, it's pretty clear they can con any fucking technology they want because they control it all, which is a big problem, you know, in my eyes. I mean, but I tell you what, it isn't going so fucking very well for Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried at the moment.
Well, he's been arrested, hasn't he? But he's been. This is the thing. This is the thing with him. He has to be arrested because if he's arrested in the Bahamas, whereas if what they were doing is he was supposed to be appearing in front of a congressional hearing. I think today.
No, it was the other day. Actually, it was 2 days ago. I think he was supposed to be.
No, it was 2 days ago that he got arrested. But I think they were supposed to. It was either yesterday or today that it was supposed to appear in front of this congressional committee or some committee from the SEC.
That's right. Yeah.
The standards. What is it? The Securities and Exchanges Commission.
The Securities and Exchange Commission.
He was supposed to be in front of them either yesterday or today, and so he because he's in the Bahamas and because the Bahamas have made quite a lot of money out of him, he asked them to arrest him in order for it, so that then he could dodge being in front of the SEC, and for a legitimate reason, and also because the Bahamas doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States, although they are negotiating. They're said to be negotiating.
Yeah, well, the word I'm getting is he's appearing at the New York. He's going to be appearing in New York sometime in February, and he is going to be going to America, whether he fucking likes it or fucking not, right? And this is happening now, and I know he was supposed to be appearing in front of that commission, and he actually did appear in front of that commission via live link, as far as I know. And he was using the excuse that he was too fucking busy to be able to come in person, so he did do it via live link, as far as I know.
But that weren't a fucking on the record thing. That were like a. Look, you need to watch fucking CoffeeZilla for this. Have you seen CoffeeZilla? CoffeeZilla. Just if you watch him, he was fucking hijacking Sam Bankman-Fried. Because Sam Bankman-Fried, what he did, right, after this all blew up and FTX went fucking tits up, he went on like a tour doing interviews with fucking all sorts of people. Okay, so he's on every single fucking show and crypto show and crypto podcast that there ever were.
Are we talking about CoffeeZilla or are we talking about Sam?
We're talking about Sam Bankman-Fried. So he did this tour, right? So CoffeeZilla we're trying to get him on because CoffeeZilla has been exposing Sam Bankman-Fried for quite a while, right? He's not been exposing him, but he's been warning people about Sam Bankman-Fried for a long time. And so everybody was getting an interview except for CoffeeZilla. So what CoffeeZilla did is Sam Bankman-Fried was on these, them Twitter Spaces things where you can talk and do interviews and you can invite people in to talk. It's on Twitter. It's a bit like this, but it's only audio, and you can have as many people listening as you want, and people put their hand up, and if they can get in. And CoffeeZilla got in on a few of these where Sam Bankman-Fried were on and started asking him questions, and then got it. It's fucking amazing the way that CoffeeZilla's like even that he's structured his questioning in order to be able to make sure that he can prove that he's committed fraud, and he's done a really good job. So you've got to watch CoffeeZilla, everybody. Watch CoffeeZilla, really fucking good. I know it might be not to your taste, and he might be a bit blah blah blah, and say guys. He does say guys, we'll take a point off him for that. But apart from that, he's a fucking great investigator. And if you want to find out some about things, particularly crypto as well, he's been doing it the last few years. He called Luna when that went. He called that way before, and quite a lot as well. So yeah, Coffeezilla, watch that. But Sam Bankman-Fried's been doing a tour. Sam Bankman-Fried's playing a game. There is somebody behind Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah, and I think I know who it is, Jay. I think I know who it is, and that person is going to be his prison guard when he gets to fucking New York, right? And I've even got a picture of him right now. So there he is.
Fucking hell. Nightmare, that, isn't it?
Yep, there's the prison guard when he arrives in New York.
Yeah, I mean, fucking hell, what do you do? I don't know whether I'd rather fuck her or fate her.
Oh no.
Okay, don't kill him.
He's probably going to be Epstein before he gives away too much, because he's got quite a lot of data about funding that was going to particular Democrats, like and I mean, I'm not saying just Democrats, there's probably Republicans there as well too, because we know they're both fucking corrupt parties. Like, there's no difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. They're all fucking rhinos at the end of the day, like, but at the end of the day, I think a vast majority of them were probably Democrats. I just have a feeling about that, like, so I just have a feeling that this guy is going to be Arkancided before he ever gets to give away any serious information in a court of law. He'll probably just end up like committing suicide in New York when he gets there. That's it. The correctional facility where he's going to is the same place where Jeffrey Epstein got committed suicide.
Sure, though? Are you sure?
Yeah, 100.
How do you know where he's going to go? I mean, as somebody
100% sure.
That's where
100%
people go.
sure.
I don't look. I don't think. Listen, I think Sam Bankman-Fried's not. Shall I tell you why I don't think he's going to get fucking killed? Because I think he's one of them fucking what they call an idiot savant. So he's just fucking bright and brainy as fuck, but he's got absolutely no fucking social skills or social awareness. I think that can be used, and I think that's what's happening. I think that's being used. And it's not like them two with fucking bitcoins from earlier on who fucking ran away and nicked a load of money so they could pay mafia back because they fucking borrowed money on from mafia that caused all initial fucking bitcoin to drop. But this bloke's a fucking useful idiot, and he is an idiot. It's like having Rain Man. They've got Rain Man in their fucking. They can do what they want with him. They can make him a victim, or they can make him a fucking perpetrator. They can make him the most evil man in the world.
He's been trying to blame his girlfriend. He's been trying to blame his bloody girlfriend. Have you seen his fucking girlfriend? She's the
But that's because he's mentally ill.
Man,
that's because he's mentally ill. And that's because he knows that probably in his logical mind, if you logically think about it, when they question her, she's going to blame him. So why would he not? And I'm not talking about any morality or anything social or anything that makes you on an emotional level. I'm talking about on a basic level. If you think that if they ask her, if you think so little of her, which he obviously does, that he thinks she's going to fucking fold, then he's going to get in first.
Yeah, but they had a very, very odd relationship, right? And
that's what I've just been saying, though.
Yeah, they had a very, very odd relationship. Like they're what's the word for it? Polymorphous. They don't believe in monogamous relationships.
It's not a case of belief.
For all. Free sex for all.
Listen, it's not a case of belief, right? The only case of belief are all that where there's 10 of them living in an house and they're all shagging each other. The only belief is I can't believe that this is me and where I live now, where I can shag all these birds when I look like this. And I'm a fucking dork and I'm a dick and I've got zero social skills. That's the only belief. There's no belief in it. They don't believe that.
He's quite well connected, though, Jay. He's very well connected. Like his parents are fairly well high up. Like, and they've got an awful lot of money, man. I think his parents are probably behind the whole fucking deal. Like, you know, I'm not sure this was meant to fucking work out this way for him. Because like, I mean, there was so much being funneled in through Ukraine, for example, like, and this is where all the money laundering was going on. Like, the money was being pumped in by the billions into Ukraine. It was being converted into fucking Bitcoin and being transferred back to the Democratic Party. Like, and this was the whole fucking game. Like, you know, so. I don't think this particular game was supposed to go south the way it was, like, but unfortunately now he's going to become a casualty of war, I believe. But I could be wrong. But that's my read on the whole saga thus far. Maxine Waters is big time into this as well too. Like, she, you know, and another thing that was pointed out as well too on one of the Substacks was that, like, on the court documents, like, there's no references to any of the politicians where the money was being funneled to, like the likes of your Maxine Waters, and there was a few others. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but they're omitted from the court documents. So there's probably going to be a huge effort to cover up, like, a lot of the connections. I don't think he's going to fucking live too fucking long, man. I've believed that from the start. I said, as soon as I got wind of this, I said, this guy's going to be Arkansas-ed, like, for sure, man.
But I don't think he will. I really don't think he will. That's from my point of view. I mean, he's been allowed to do, like, interviews and to be, you know, everyone's been wanting to interview him. Nobody's really pinned him down. There were one guy, I think, the New York Times, who got quite close, but nobody's been really able to pin him down, because he's just been, and he starts every answer with so, you know, so. That's fucking another one of my pet hates. It's like, guys, you know, it's like, so. Every single answer that he gives is so. It's like he's robotic. He's got. It's like you fucking. I'll tell you what it is. It's like trying to. He's trying to reason with C-3PO, and he's just got an answer for just about everything. But he's gone on this tour, and nobody's really been able to pin him down. But CoffeeZilla hijacked a couple of the interviews that they were doing, and got a few good questions in, and actually got him to confess. Well, not like, oh, I confess I was committing fraud, but he's got him to confess to basically what is fraud. And this is before the arrest that's happened in Barbados, which is just it's just an arrest. He asked them to arrest him because he was having to go to Washington, and if he went to Washington, he's going to be toast. Well, that's what he thinks. Oh, that's the part. That's what we're supposed to believe. That's the part of the story we're supposed to believe, that he's going to be toast. But he don't want to go to Washington. So if he gets arrested in the Bahamas, he's a lot better off than if he goes to Washington and then gets arrested.
Yeah, no, he's not getting out of Barbados, man. He's facing 115 years, apparently. 115 years in jail. That's what's expected from this.
Yeah, and that's what he deserves. And the people around him as well, they deserve that. The people around him, because they shouldn't get away with this. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with this, because it's
the interesting thing is, a couple of weeks ago, like, his girlfriend, right? That little troll, right? That's his girlfriend was pictured in a New York hotel, and she was surrounded by fucking Clinton lawyers, some astute sort of like journalist or whoever picked her up, like, in this hotel, like, just booking in, like, you know. So she's probably turning state's evidence against him, like, you know.
There you go. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Which probably makes a lot of sense for him to not want to enter the United States and to be arrested in Barbados. Oh, yeah. It's such a fucking it's such and all these shell companies that have had millions and millions of dollars, poured into them, and nobody knows where it's all gone. This is the thing. Look, I know people have done crypto, but like I said, the one time I had anything really to do with any crypto were OneCoin, and I didn't invest anything in that. I got gifted some OneCoin, but I didn't invest anything, and that was exactly what I thought it were at the time. And there's no wrong with that. There's no wrong with that.
No, and I see Binance are also in kind of like on rickety ground now, just at the minute. Like there's huge amounts of money flowing out of their system at the moment. I think there was something like 9 million got withdrawn from their exchange the other day. I think people are starting to get wind that something might be up with Binance as well. So we're just waiting for the next one to tumble, because because what's been going on is, like, for all of these exchanges to stay afloat, it appears that what they've been doing is they've been sharing the same funds with each other, just to get through sort of like initial phases of like the SEC doing fucking audits to see that the funds were there. And what they were doing was, like, if one company had an audit coming up, like they'd be sort of like contacting the previous exchange. Come here, we've got an audit coming up. Can you fund us with funds quickly and help us get through this audit and make it look that our books are fucking A-OK, like, and this is how they're fucking doing it, man. They're helping each other out. They don't have the funds. None of them have the fucking funds. Everything is over leveraged, and they're working just like the banks do, like with this fractional reserve fucking thing. Like, none of them are able to cover. If all the customers pulled out tomorrow, not one of these fucking exchanges would be able to cover all their customers leaving. And that's my belief now, and I'm starting to come around to this fucking way of thought that none of them will be able to cover all the customers' funds. And
well, of course not. No, listen, nobody's covering. They're not covering everyone's funds. That's just not happening. I mean, what they were doing is they were Alameda, weren't it? That's the other Alameda Research. That's the other company that's involved. And what they were doing were they were buying Bitcoin in sort of in the West in America, and then selling it in Korea, because there was more regulation in Korea. So Bitcoin was worth more in Korea than it was in America. So what they were doing is buying it in America and selling it in Korea, and then that's how they made the money, and that's how they sort of got investment from people, hedge funds and stuff like that, and loads and loads and loads of investment from people, and it just kept coming in, and they kept spending it. And the funny thing were, and this is, bear in mind, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they were asked about their accounts. Did you read about that, Jimmy?
This is Alameda, is it?
Not Alameda, FTX.
Oh, go on, carry on.
Yeah, FTX. When they were asked about their accountants, right? And their accountants, their names were just three first names, just like random first names: Claire, Jeff, and Terry, right? And the address of their accountants, believe this or believe it not, this is absolutely true, but their accountant's address was in the metaverse.
No way. See, I mean, this all goes back to when I first started coming on with you, Jay, back fucking months ago. The first sign of this fucking ship blowing up was with 3 Arrows. Do you remember 3 Arrows?
No. I think I do. I sort of.
Yeah, it was way back. Like when I first started coming on, it was covering the 3 Arrows case, and it was the very, very fucking same thing. They got fucking leveraged out, man, and a call was made, and next thing you know, everybody got wind that they were in trouble, tried to withdraw their funds, and the the funds weren't fucking there. So what they done was they closed the exchange down, locked everybody out, stopped them from retrieving their funds. No, I'm sorry, you can't get fucking hold of fucking anything. We don't fucking have it, full stop. And back then, like, the question was being asked about USDT, which is like Tether, which is like the so-called stable coin. And there was a lot of questions being asked about Tether at the time, and about how and its involvement with the what's that crowd in China, the place that went bust in China with the housing fucking thing in China. Christ, what's it fucking called, man? Not Oh, I'm lost, man. But do you remember the big collapse, the housing collapse in China? About
Yeah,
maybe
there's this whole cities, isn't there, that are incomplete.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Now the rumor is that Tether and that fucking particular company are highly tied together. Now that was a rumor back then, so I'm still waiting for that one to fucking come true.
Well,
So,
I mean, you see, the housing thing in China was just essentially Bitcoin, only in something tangible, fungible, whatever.
well,
It was actual property, but they were just building loads and loads and loads and loads of it everywhere and building new cities, and nobody, well, it weren't wanted. There were nobody that wanted it. So
the interesting thing about China, though, Jay, is that you don't buy your house over there. What you do is you pay up front for it, right? So all these people have paid up front for their fucking homes,
yeah,
and
investors,
the
yeah.
bloody things never got finished. They never got fucking finished, man. And this is what the fucking problem was with that. I can't even remember what the name of that fucking company was now, which is terrible, bad. My memory is gone like completely. But it's but like people pay up for their people pay up
Evergreen,
front for
someone's
their homes.
saying.
Evergreen, fair play, Jay. Well fucking done, lad. Fair play
Spanish
to
Nat
you.
and James Owens and somebody else also said
Ah,
it.
good man. Good, well done, lads. Well done. Fair play. Evergreen. Yeah. I was thinking about Evergrande, but I was just thinking that's the fucking ship that sank. That was the ship in the fucking in the canal. So, but it's amazing. Like in China, you pay up front for your home. And then, like, if they don't fucking finish it, you're fucked, man. And that's what happened to the poor Chinese people there in that situation, man. They all got fucked over, man. And if they did get their homes, they were all fucking substandard with bad quality fucking products and bad quality sort of like materials. These places would be falling apart within the
Yeah,
space of
but you
5
see that's the thing in China. Apparently, this is my understanding of it is you buy just like you've seen them. There's these builds of empty sort of shells that go through. Now that's how you apparently this is how you buy a home in China, and then you put all your walls and your stuff in yourself. So you make the house how you want it. You style it yourself. So there's no walls or inside. It just be like an empty shell. And so then you sort of you pay for that and then you style it yourself. That's my understanding. But anyway, yeah, it's very, very interesting to look at what's going on over there in that there China.
So keep an eye on that now in the coming 5 to 6 months. A connection between Evergrande and Tether, because I think once Tether goes, I think the whole lot's going to go fucking nuclear, you know.
That green we're doing me head in. Yeah, so it's all going fucking nuts, mate. It's all going nuts. What else you want to talk about? We've done an hour and a half. We were only going to do an hour. We've done an hour and a half. I think I'm ready for a fucking smoke, innit?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can cut it short, man. We've done long enough, man. And we did. Yeah, we were supposed to do an hour, wasn't it? And but we're getting into the habit of just going over time for some strange reason. You know what? I'm starting to think I think we're even starting to enjoy this fucking shit, man.
Oh, by the way, this is the best 6x6 that there is. It's really magnetic and it's very usable. I don't think you pop it. It's the
It just reminds me now. I was just thinking there about the. That's a 6x6. Oh no, I can't share slides. I don't want to share slides. There was one thing that I wanted to fucking share, right? And it was about the fucking scary Chinese army, right? And they're fucking they're crazy bastards, man. I thought the American army were fucking sophisticated, like, and all that sort of shit, like. But hold on, just give me just give me a minute just to fucking get it sorted. But I have a video of the Chinese army somewhere here in action, right? And I tell you what, folks, we better hope that these people don't decide to take over the whole fucking world, man, because if they do, we're all in fucking serious trouble, right? So let's see, where is it gone? Yeah, here it goes here. I'm going to show you now the Chinese army in operation.
oh yeah.
Just give us a moment. Here we go here. I'm not sure if you're going to get sound with this, but it'd be cool if we did get sound with it.
No. This is not gruesome, is it? Because I don't want fucking getting banned again for being gruesome.
Are you getting sound, Jay?
No.
No sound. Okay, I'll fix that.
What are they doing?
That's the Indian army kicking the arse of the fucking Chinese with a couple of sticks. You know? Are you seeing him, man?
Yeah.
So there's the terrifying Chinese sophisticated army getting their fucking arses kicked, right? Now that's enough of that now. So just fucking nuts, man. The Chinese army says, we eat pangolin before we go battle, and we go very, very strong. Like, fuck off, you fucking cunts, bunch of fucking useless turds, man. They wouldn't beat their way out of a fucking paper bag, getting fucking hammered with sticks by a few Indian fucking malnutritioned fucking soldiers. Like nuts.
Malnourished. I think you're talking about, Jim.
Malnourished.
Not malnutrition. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, we don't know what fucking source that is really, do we? We don't know where it comes from and what it is.
No, that's pretty real. That was about there in the last couple of days, man. It was, yeah, no, we're fairly sure that's. I have fact checked that, man. That's pretty cool. That's that happened in the last couple of days. They got their arses kicked by a few Indians with sticks.
Well, it's happened at best on us. Getting shit out of Indians with sticks. Right, I'm gonna go because I'm knackered.
Yeah, no grand, man.
I'm not going to do an after thing because I'm absolutely knackered, and it's 10:30 now as it is 22:11. So, Jim, thanks a lot, my friend, as usual, and I'll see you Friday, I presume.
Absolutely.
Excellent, and we'll have more at the same. Yeah. So, thanks to everyone who's been in chat. Thanks to anyone who's listening and has not been in the chat, and thanks to everyone who's listening afterwards. And look, we'll see you again soon. Take care of yourself. And if we don't see you before, then I'll see you through a window.